and welcome to the BL Express YouTube channel. I'm BL Songbird, and we are going to get started on BL Week in Review this evening. Already in the comments, I see couple of people talking about daylight savings time started. Well, here on the West Coast, it's not going to change until November. So I have no idea, like we're all going to have weird hours here for a minute, but I'll go ahead and let you know when daylight savings time is about to start. If you want to mark it in your calendars, it's November 2nd here. I don't know how if that'll impact anybody or not, or if you'll have to do different calculations, possibly, right? Especially if this pre video doesn't tell you what time it starts in your time zone, but rather what time it starts in mine or something like that. Okay. Oh, summer is on its way. That is amazing. It's so weird to think about because Katie, here winter is on its way. Which is like the exact opposite. Um, it's getting colder, which I love. Here in California, where I am, the leaves change colors and the air gets crisper, and it's super dry in California. So at least where I am in California, I know there's little micro environments throughout California, but where I am in California, it's super dry. So kind of a fun little thing to know, I suppose. Oh, anyways, how's everybody's week? I know it's only Tuesday, so everybody's last week. Did anybody have some great series they watched? Any binge parties? I haven't really been binging much of anything because I think I'm tracking 10 currently airing series right now, which is plenty, I feel like. And there's more to come at the end of the day. Ah, all right. Anyways, a little bit about the format before we get to the week in review. This is a live Q&A style with interactions with the studio chat, if you will, the live chat. So feel free to join and chat along. Hello, I woke up was thinking it was Saturday. What a beautiful feeling. Ah, I wish I thought it was Saturday. But then I'd be super sad when I realized it wasn't Saturday. So maybe I do not wish that I thought it was Saturday. In Chicago, the temperatures have been in the 80s for a week and it dropped to a pleasant high in the 60s just today. Love it. High in the 60s. It's perfect, perfect weather. Yeah. Fall. I'm sure Chicago probably has really pretty colors. I can imagine. Chas, that's awesome. Keeping up with what I'm watching, right? Well, I feel like a lot of us in who join in this particular live are like watching all of the current things. Maybe even commenting about them on social media. I can't I know I see you guys all over there. I see you. The south of Florida, humid and gross. Aw. I bet that was, yeah, so Yurisa, I bet when you realized it was Tuesday, that was a really, really sad feeling. Super, super sad. Okay, here's a reminder. Any serious spoilers come at the end. I'll let you guys know when we can do spoilers. That way, anybody who's watching this later gets no surprises in the middle. Um, and let's get started. First, guys, lineup season. I saw someone on TikTok call it a season, and I'm like, yes, let's call it that. Lineup season is upon us. If you're kind of new to the world of boys love, that just simply means that Thai BL companies are going to be coming up with their series or share with us their series they're going to do next year. It's normally a press conference they have in that country. They let us know on social media, and they oftentimes will have a live stream on YouTube of said lineup so you guys can watch and see what's coming. Oftentimes these lineups don't have series that don't happen. I haven't really seen that very often. So, lineup seasons. So we have some starters. Kong Cup House, they did Doctor's Mind this last year. That's the main one I remember. They're having their lineup on October 21st. And then WeTV, one of the big ones, is having it on November 4th. And if you guys remember, this year they did Knockout and they did Top Form, both of which are excellent. So yeah, I think WeTV is the big one. That's the one I'm most excited about. Also, there's a rumor floating around. This is just a rumor. There is no actual confirmation yet. That GMMTV has its lineup this month too. And GMMTV, for all of those, if you know, you know. If you don't, GMMTV is the major superstar BL producing company of Thailand, and their lineup is almost worth staying up in the middle of the night for, at least to me. So, yeah, it's coming, guys. I'll let you know as I hear more. I am struggling to keep up with everything, and I decided to start watching Love in the Moonlight this week. Yeah, Love in the Moonlight's really good. I mean, it seems like everybody's enjoying it. It is hard to watch here and there, but it's really good. Right, KT? GMMTV is the favorite night of, and last year, okay, I'm gonna have to tell you guys a story about GMMTV last year because typically, I don't know when I started doing the watching that lineup, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Anyway, typically it's Lacorns. There's a good sprinkling of hetero series, and then there's an occasional GL thrown in. GL is new. GMMTV just started producing GLs, and so like I was used to being able to do a little tweet and then wait a while as they went through a hetero series or two, and then do another little tweet about whatever. Last year, it, it was series after series, 18 in a row, all queer. And I just about like I don't know, my brain exploded and I was like, what is happening right now? And like I pretty much freaked out. It was the best feeling. It's like Christmas morning, especially if they gave such a wide variety last year that I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was like the most exciting moment. So GMMTV's lineup, I feel like it's like Christmas or something. Okay, there it is. My little 2 cents for the day about all that. Was on the fence about Love in the Moonlight at first, but it's growing on me. Okay, everybody has words about. Here's a recommendation to watch in real time, Love in the Moonlight. That way you can be angry with everyone and cry with everyone and laugh with everyone on social media. GMMTV is still working on producing the previously announced shows, which should take them through at least the first third of 2026. Yeah, I think there should be some in there. So the rest of it, though, I don't know why they're announcing early, Chas. I feel like that announcement last year was in November, but that was because there was only one. The year before they tried two. They did one in like October and they did one in April. So I don't know. Um, I'm just kind of curious to see where they go with it. It's going to be fun. While we're going on through this, at the end, I'm going to be asking you what your wishes are for BL next year. So be thinking about that. I'm going to kind of curious to see what everyone's going to say at the end. Okay, so another brief announcement for GMMTV. If you're into that crew, which, they're all like theater kids, so it's kind of fun. They just announced Star Olympics, which is going to be December 20th. It's a sports day followed by a concert. I'm curious about the concert. Really curious because they have almost every artist that could possibly performing in that concert. I'm sure they're all going to have only one song, but the concert alone, I feel like it's got to be 3 or 4 hours because if you look at the lineup just for the concert, it's kind of crazy. And last year, I feel like everybody got a song, and I feel like GMMTV was like kind of testing people out a little bit. I don't know. I'm excited about the concert part. I'm almost tempted to get a ticket just for that part. So yeah, that's all that's all that's coming on the side. Let's get to the BL. Star Olympics is the only sport I watch. I love it. There are only a couple left from the 2025 list. I think the only ones not already over are in some state of table reads are filming our Girl Rules and Ticket to Heaven. Woo, DeLorean is the third one that I think is the script is finished and they're getting ready to look at it, I think. But yeah, there's so much filming right now. So much filming at the same time. They've kind of gone crazy. Okay, so as far as series that started this week, we've already talked about all of these because I mentioned them as upcoming series last week, but I thought I would ask what you thought if you happened to watch episode one. So we'll go through them, and if you saw one, you can go ahead and shout out like what you thought of it. And if you didn't see it, that's cool, right? So the first one that started is at 25 o'clock, maybe in Akasaka season two. I don't know, 25:00 makes me think. There's not a 25th hour in the day, so I'm not entirely sure what that stands for, which is just annoying to me. But anyway, it's on Wednesdays, it's from Japan, it's on Gaga. Thoughts? Thoughts from me. That's one of the ones I watched, is that it is going to be fun. Spoiler free thoughts, fun is the right word. And I would recommend watching season one before season two if you haven't seen it yet. I think you need the first season to watch the second. But I don't know that you need to watch it week to week. That is a fun binge right there. Okay, the next one is titled My the Series Season 2. MY, My the Series. It's a Myanmar BL. And when I looked it up on the website, I didn't see season one there. I don't know if it's on a different website or what. But yeah, My the Series Season 2, Myanmar, Tuesdays and Fridays. If anyone's watched any of it, go ahead and give a shout out for it in the comments what you thought. Thank you also for pointing that out to me on my Discord channel. It is now on the calendar officially, and you'll get notified every day that it's on air. The beauty of that Discord channel. Okay. And then if you guys, I was planning, let's see, loved it for 20 at 25 in Akasaka. Planning on binging it. Yeah, I was thinking they've started a scripted reading for Woo. Okay, thank you, Katie. Liked it. Keep up with season one just fine. My season one is on a different YouTube channel. Thanks. Good to know. Also, I had a feeling that was probably the case. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people saw 25 in Akasaka. Um, Here's one for everybody if you didn't, if you're interested in trying out just a little guy from Myanmar. Okay, remember last week how I mentioned the Thursday madness, like how many new shows were airing on Thursday? How many tried to get through them all? I know I did not. I did not at all. I got through the story of Bi Hyun, the one from Korea that's on Aishi and Gaga Ulala. That one was really, really fun. If I were to rank them at 25, actually falls a little bit below, and then the story of Bi Hyun is a little bit higher for me. I found it highly entertaining. The person playing the goblin is really fun. He's doing a great job playing a goblin. I enjoyed that. So that's show one on Thursdays. The second one is part is the Red and Moon and Wine from 9NAA Entertainment, the Thai one on YouTube, and View Thailand Uncut if you happen to be in the country Red Moon and Wine is the one that if you enjoy that kind of thing, it's probably better uncut, which is and I haven't been watching it because I had enough I've had enough of that was the seasons of Love and Shimani for a little while. But I enjoyed that one. And I'm sure Red Moon and Wine is fun. I just didn't get around to watching that because there's a lot going on. It's just low on my list. The next one, Enjoy Be Hume. I haven't started, but plan on it. Yes. Okay, so a couple other people saying yes to Be Hume. I think honestly, I'd probably enjoy that as a binge watch too. I just happen to review series as they air for social media, which is why I end up watching them in real time. I was a little confused about that story, so I'll probably watch those episodes again before the next episode drops. That's fair. I would have enjoyed Be Hume more if My Secret Vampire would have not aired at the same time. Interesting. I guess they have fantastical elements. They're both a little quirky. In that way, they're similar. I could see it. My everybody, My Secret Vampire is totally worth watching. By the way, super fun and kind of hilarious. Actually, I'm finding it really, really funny. Okay, Love Reset is the next one on Thursdays. It's from Korea. It's on YouTube. I have not watched it. It's another small one. Small one in the sense that episodes are probably between 5 and 10 minutes. So that's the next one. Red Moon and Wine is completely different than all the other. More story than NC scenes. Okay. DeLorean. Interesting. Thank you for being brave and watching that. Now that is intriguing. That's absolutely intriguing. I'm going to have to think about this now. Maybe I want to try that one out. That sounds fun. Okay. The next one, never date a Capricorn. Again, we're still on Thursday, everybody. This one's the one from China on YouTube. And again, another one that I haven't watched. You guys probably are realizing this about me by now. When it comes to it, and there's a lot of series out and about, I don't know why I gravitate towards the longer ones. I think I can appreciate a good short story, but even when I'm reading, I tend to gravitate more towards novels and less towards short stories. Even though I write a mean short story, like I've had people really compliment my writing of short stories, but for some reason, when it comes to sitting down and reading one, it's a whole different story. I don't know why that is. So it seems to have translated to series production as well. So I'm glad there are people who enjoy the short stories and are willing to share with everybody so that they know whether they're good or not. And apparently, Never Date a Capricorn is good. Awesome. There you go. Enjoy, guys. Thank you, Eureka, for watching that for everybody, checking it out. Love Reset is very nice because we don't have many series with established couples. Ooh, an established couple story. Love it. I paid so I watched 4 episodes already. Very cool. I think it also has to do that most of them are from Thailand. The longer ones or YouTube? Little. Okay. I'm assuming it's the longer ones are from Thailand. I'm cool with like 8 episodes at 20 minutes each too. That's movie length. That's a pretty good length in general. It feels a little short still, even so, and some things tend to get rushed, but a solid movie length is still pretty good. It's just the short movies, the ones that are like maybe add up to 45 minutes of footage or an hour or 30 minutes, something like that. I liked Taiwanese ones too, in Korea and Japan. Um, anything that's longer than 20 minutes an episode, pretty much, or 20 minutes. Vietnam, O2 Productions has one right now. And also, there's a couple from Vietnam with longer run times right now that are pretty cool. Speaking of one of those, on Fridays there's a series titled My Little Ghost. And My Little Ghost is from Vietnam. It's on YouTube. I watched the first episode. It's got a very cute, spooky, kind of campy vibe. That was really fun. Is it terrifying? Absolutely not. The title gives it away, My Little Ghost. I mean, just doesn't even sound terrifying. It's just kind of funny, you know? Ah, you guys are keeping up well in the comments. Awesome. So, My Little Ghost, guys, I think that one's worth checking out. I am recommending that one since I watched that one. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Okay, onwards. There's only a few things. Okay, four things coming soon. We've got The Cursed Love, which is tomorrow. It's got really great fantasy vibes, but I'm very, very confused about what platform it's going to be airing on. Again, Thailand, by the way. It's quite possible it'll be on YouTube here internationally because I think it's airing on Channel 3 in Thailand. So, fingers crossed they just put it on YouTube. But yeah, The Cursed Love, that's coming out tomorrow. Again, it feels like we're in the spooky season. I feel like this month we're getting a lot of fantasy, action, well, maybe a little darker, those kinds of things. It's interesting that we're actually kind of having a spooky season. I don't know, it's kind of fun. The next series that's airing is on Friday the 10th, Punk's Triangle. Gaga for the win again. Gaga Ulala is your go to place for Japanese series, and this is yet another one. And it's college BL with a fashion student and a model. So it sounds like it could be entertaining, worth checking out. I like the premise of My Little Ghost. I am not the greatest fan of humor, so I hope that it won't water down it. Well, we'll see what happens. It did have quite a bit of humor in it, also. I know what you mean by that. There's like, it had a lot of humor, actually. It was quite entertaining for a ghost story. So I have my fingers crossed for you. My boyfriend is a sculpture is another one from Korea. This one is for those who are willing to deal with an app that's not the usual one, or willing to set your VPN maybe to Korea, because I don't know if Likey does international or not. But that's starting on October 12th, which is a Sunday, and it is from Korea and is set to air on the Likey app. The Love Never Sets is set to air next Tuesday, and I'm mentioning it now because by the time we talk to each other next Tuesday, it'll be out already. Yay, Thailand. Tuesday, October 14th on iQIYI. And that's an iQIYI original. I think that's the new one with Ja. So that'll be interesting. Him and his new person. Tay, I think his name is. Ja and Tay. Pretty sure. I believe for the international audience, The Cursed Love will be on the IU Entertainment official YouTube channel. Yay! That's what I was hoping, Chas. So is that it was going to be on the IU Entertainment official YouTube channel. I'm pretty much skipping any shows on apps I don't know. LOL. I am having that issue too. Um, unless it so happens that more and more shows end up on that app, and it gets like to the point where like yeah, I'm missing half the shows because they're all on this new app. That's where I am as well. I don't. At some point, you've got to like cut it off, right? You're like, well, it's only one series at the end of the day, something like that. For the longest time, I didn't pay for WeTV for that reason because WeTV didn't really have that much going on. That has changed. They're like jumping on the bandwagon. I guess they see the money in it. But for the longest time, they didn't. All right, now here comes the crazy part. Nothing ended. We have stuff that started, new stuff is next week. We do have some stuff ending soon, but nothing ended between last Tuesday and this Tuesday. So that was it as far as the news goes. I do, when I go through this, I do feel a little bit like a news broadcaster or something. I feel like sitting here talking to you guys like I'm an announcer or something like that. It's kind of funny. The more I do this, the more I feel pretty much like an announcer of some sort. Okay, so from here on out, Boy, Do You Still Love Me ended last Thursday. Oh, yeah, and you told me that too, also, and I went and forgot to put it in my notes. Thank you. Boy, Do You Still Love Me ended last Thursday. It's a two-part miniseries on YouTube. Super short, easy to watch, and that ended last Thursday. I thought Love Sea Japan was going to end last night, but then they announced two bonus episodes. So that is still 2 more weeks. Okay. I must be aware of the two bonus episodes because I didn't have it on my list for ending this week. Interesting. Good to know, DeLorean. Yeah. All right. Goodness. Okay, so this is from this point on, feel free to gush about the week's episodes. From here on out, spoilers are welcome. Also, what are your wishes for BL next year? Like ultimate like dream, if you will. Dream pairing, dream like storyline. Anything in particular you guys are wishing for? I as usual, well you guys who have maybe followed me a long time, you'll know it's as usual, but for those who haven't, maybe not. But I am wishing for a Kristen Cincto series again, as usual, for GMMTV. And then I'm not okay, so let's see here. I keep wishing for a company outside of China to take on the Untamed. I know that that would be blasphemy, maybe for some, and like a remake. What? But for me, I kind of wish that they did a remake of The Untamed. What else? My wildest fantasies. Let's see, Kristen Cincto series, The Untamed. As usual, Earth and Mick should have a new series. That whole fandom is like wishing for a period drama. Bacteria, I think, has one that she's hinting at that she might be turning into a series. So I'm like, maybe those two lines will cross and the Earth Mix fandom will get an Earth Mix period drama. Um, I hope that GMMTV sees Memoir of Rati as strong enough for it to continue with the period dramas because I thought that was super fun. Let's see. My favorite days are Sundays at the moment because so many shows air on Saturday night. Yeah, I could see that. That would be the best day. Because for me, it's Saturday. Because all those shows air Saturday morning, and so Saturdays are almost like Christmas every week. Did we already go through what will end before next Sunday? Also, typically I don't do what will end. That's an interesting thing. If you guys would like to know what's coming up that's going to end, let me know, and I can add that in next time. I don't have that information directly in front of me at that moment because I don't think I've ever done it that way before. But if you guys are curious about that kind of thing, yeah, I could do that. So my Sunday morning is just BLs for like 4 hours. That is beautiful. Wishing for more genres, loving the suspense and supernatural ones. Ceresia, okay. I agree. I would enjoy a full BL version of The Untamed, and it would be interesting from another country. It would be, Chas. Yeah, I'd love an Earth Mix period drama. Okay, love it. I was like, yes, The Untamed. Yes, Earth Mix period drama. Let's see, what else? Um, Sci-fi. Who wants to see BL in like some sort of otherworldly thing? I know we have a series called Air Moment airing right now, which is supposed to touch on that vein, but it hasn't been released internationally, so that's kind of unfortunate. Saturday mornings are it. They are. Okay, so I keep seeing that in the comments. Let me explain to the viewers who maybe are like, I only remember this one show on Saturday. Maybe you're just new to the whole scene. Saturdays have the probably top three series airing right now. The Wicked Game, series number one. With that one off road, you can find it on IGE. Yeah, IGE. Revamp, series number two, also on IGE. Look at all these series at IGE. They were smart. They were really, really smart. Revamp is another series, tickle your vampire fancy. And then the third series is Chemjira, which Chemjira is straight up a phenomenon. Have you guys seen the numbers on that series? I am amazed. I am amazed. They have broken all of the records for a show in the BL genre for Thailand, and like it's such a beautifully done series. So yeah, that's 3 hours, and then the fourth hour for those who are watching it is ABO Desire, which guys, did you see the preview for Not? Just curious. Ah, I think My Secret Vampire, ABO Desire, and Rearrange are the shows ending in the coming week. I think so too, Chas. That seems. I know Rearrange for sure. ABO Desire has its last episode on Saturday. My Secret Vampire has its last episode last two episodes this Thursday. That seems right. We've got some good ones ending. It is next week. We're gonna have some fun chatting about. At least for me, it'll be My Secret Vampire and Rearrange, and then I wasn't watching ABO Desire. I I admit it. I stopped watching that at like episode 4 or something. Mm. But yeah, we'll still have fun with all that. More supernatural themes, suspense. Of course, Earth makes any genre. I'm waiting for Rearrange to finish so I can find out how it ends and then binge it. Okay, good to know, Katie. I adore Chemjira. Even I started Chemjira and I didn't for ages because I was worried it would scare me, but it's not scary at all. See, now everybody who's really sensitive to jump scares thinks that the first episode or two are really scary, which, I don't know. I was a little like, on episode 1. I didn't think episode 2 was super scary though, just episode 1. All right, let's see. The first two episodes of The Wicked Game were outstanding. I am totally there for it. Yeah, if you like revenge and if you like good Lacorn, The Wicked Game is just jump all in both feet. You're gonna really love it. Omega Verse. I used to roll my eyes at the Omegaverse. Now I'm looking forward to this. Oh, that is funny. Okay. Yeah, that was a whole thing on social media this week too. Because my me mind Y threw a little shade out about Omegaverse in Thailand, and it was quite the discourse around that tweet. It was hilarious. Thought it was so funny. I thought the first scene of episode 1 was scary, but after that it was fine. Right, KT. Now I'm nervous about the final episodes. I'm thinking we might get back to some things being a little scary. The climax is bound to be something just because of the content matter at the end of the day. I am molding off the most recent episode of Kamjira after seeing many comments about being it. Yeah, Chas, it is. It was. Episode, what was that? 9, 8, 9, 9? Oh my goodness. Okay, whichever episode was this last week, it was so, so, so heart wrenching. Your warning is right here. Oh my goodness. Had me crying from start to finish. Yes. In my wish list for the second season of The Only One. Okay, I had a conversation with the director of The Only One earlier this year, and he said that is actually, I don't know if it's possible. When did the rights go up to it? He told us in the interview when the rights went up for The Only One, and that it could possibly have a second season. That's not completely off the table yet. And so, because we asked him, like, could he spoil the first scene for us since it wasn't going to happen? And he's like, I can't. The script is written and it might still happen. And so I'm just like, okay, we don't get a spoiler and it might still happen. So, uh, there you go. Also, you have hope. I don't know if it's for this next year or not, but there is hope. Um, which is better than can be said for some of those series that just vanish, you know? Thanks for making the interview happen with other people. You're welcome. Fingers crossed. Yeah, absolutely. I Okay, let's see what else is on the table, guys. Okay. What's funny is putting thought into the wish list. Who plays GMMTV bingo, lineup bingo every year? Or have you even heard of that before? And if not, I'll be sure to repost the bingo card in various places so that you can play this year. Um, but yeah, it's just like your wish list for GMM TV, and then just for funsies, post it on social media, and then did you get bingo or not? So filling up a whole bingo card worth of wishes is interesting challenge, right? At the end of the day. I kind of wish that Boom and Smart didn't have such a huge, like, top form actors didn't have such a huge blow up falling out. I would have loved to see the second season of that series. I love bingo, but I go super vague, so I have more of a chance to win. I do that too. Last year, I could check off almost the whole card because of how vague I went. It was hilarious. Oh, Eureka, you'll have to play lineup bingo with everyone this year. It's so much fun. My bingo card has barcode Lego on it, but I'm not sure I'll get that one. That is fair. God, I haven't put my bingo card together yet. I need to do that. But my bingo card will probably have like Milk Love on it because honestly, the likelihood of them, and of course, College BL. You can't go wrong with it. There's bound to be one because there has to at least be one at the end of the day. And I think what else do I think? I think let's go for it. Ooh and Boom, finally the only leads of a series. Let's make that happen. Of course, many of us say the same thing every year, but I would love a show where Ooh and Boom are the leads. Ha! You and I will have one of our boxes the same. Hopefully, we can check it off. Yes, Top Form season 2, manifesting. Barcode Lego might happen as possibly Nut Honk. I right, okay. I like both of those possibilities, and let's put them in one show. Some people are rooting for a Pibaka show as well. The three pillars, Off Gun, Tainu, Chris Cincto, they want them to be in, like, I don't know, I've seen anywhere from an Only Friends type plot. Honestly, those three paired in an Only Friends type plot would be insane. I would probably go crazy if that was on the lineup because and of course not college age. Let's make this adult working age. Maybe they all work in the same office and lots of messes ensue. It would be super fun. Nut and Hong. I think it's smart for two people in the same group to become a ship because they've definitely been promoting together. Ooh. Pibaka show would be awesome, right? Okay, I'm not the only one with that one. Okay, what else? Um, I want to see what are those two little guys that came in. Okay. I do want to see this, but I don't, and even see their faces. Progress, Almond. I want to see Almond and Progress, and see why they joined GMMTV together. Like, what show is on the slate for them that they joined together? I'm really, really curious about that because they're so young to have like made a uniform joint decision to switch companies. I kind of get that for like Bone and Prem, but those were babies. I'm like surprised they're sticking together, which is kind of cool. Next season, I would like to see a show from Thailand with only one couple and no side couples. Now that would be something. Yeah, that would be really something. I don't know. Amen and progress. I feel confident that Amen Progress will have a show. I feel confident about that too. Otherwise, why would they have jumped companies? I've seen Great and Bright rumors, so that might be interesting. I saw that too, mainly because they were seen sitting together at a concert. It's like, okay, but then again, that's where Joss and Gawin started too, is like the rumors started because they were seen hanging out together. So you never know. Tainu's plane story from 2025 to look forward to. Yes. They might not get one in 2026 because of that. I feel like the shows that we're going to see are ones that from couples that don't have anything coming up anymore. I don't know why, but I feel like that might be there. Let's see. A couple supporting cast members got switched out, so that filming was delayed. Yep, that's what happened with that. That was an interesting mix up. That's kind of crazy. Not sure a one couple series from GMM is possible. They have too many people to put to work. There is that. Now, what could happen is like with Perfect 10 Liners, where they focused on one couple at a time. Although even that one had side couples. But I feel like, I think it was Junior Mark's story that didn't have a side couple as part of the story. The final story, I think, might have been a one couple story. So maybe an anthology with less episodes per story or something like that. That one might end up with a one couple story. If not from Thailand, maybe another country will do it. I don't see them very often, though, to be honest. One couple stories are hard to find. I don't know why they feel the need to add in second couples. It's almost like they think the main story isn't enough to keep people interested or something. I expect more like perfect 10 liners. I do as well. In fact, I've seen, and I don't know if it's true or not, or if it's just rumor mill, but I've seen like there's an author with 4 books, and a lot of people seem to think that those 4 books are being brought to the screen, and I don't know if that's rumor or if the author kind of spilled the beans or something. To clarify, I considered Kidnap a one couple story. Okay. Trying to remember if there was anything like a second set in Kidnap. I don't think there was. So yeah, I could see that. It does happen. Ohm was worth giving a one couple story to, though, because of his popularity, maybe. Ensemble shows with main couples and side couples split into separate segments. Yep, probably. It's coming. It's coming. So, I mean, GMMTV is doing the Scarlet Heart right now, so they probably aren't going to have like a high funded show on this lineup until they're done with the Scarlet Heart, and then we'll probably get another really really fancy show after that. But there's always hope from WeTV for a fancy one because I'm sure they're starting to explode in popularity. So, oh man, guys, we are just about out of time. That turned out to be a super fun chat, though. I get so excited about talking about what's happening next year because I especially with the idea of like new pairings that like we haven't experienced before, just seeing what's coming and what everybody's going to have to offer and how because BL is rapidly changing, and so seeing where they're going to take it next year is going to be super interesting. GMM TV still has Only Friends. That's done filming. Me and T in the process is filming right now. So is Dare You to Death. Burnout Syndrome is currently filming. Melody of Secrets is currently filming. My Romance Scammer also currently filming. Cat for Cash is currently filming. Head to Head is currently filming. Love You Teacher is in the works. And then I think A Dog and a Plane and Ticket to Heaven are the two shows that haven't started yet. Everything else is already processing as far as I'm aware, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. I think that the end of this year and early next year are going to be a flood. Like December, we're not going to get reruns. Um, and just like last Christmas, I think there was a BL running at least 3 or 4 simultaneously from GMMTV for Christmas last year. It was like Merry Christmas to Us. So I feel like that's probably going to be the case this year too, since almost all of what Chas mentioned is currently in production, which, yeah, it's hard to believe. A whole year's worth of shows currently in production. Right, GMMTV is going a different direction. They are going to be like, hey, you want to watch BL? We're going to have one for you every day of the week. Oh, okay, guys, it's that time of evening. I will. And Chas, I want to thank you for looking that up for us and letting us know what's still left on the docket for that hasn't aired yet. Um, appreciate that. Until next time, have a good evening, everybody. We have 2 series to talk about next week, so that'll be fun. Bye.